three meet again. In thunder, lightning, or in rain.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be here, the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the hill.
There to meet with Macbeth.
I come, grey Malkin.
Battered gold.
Annoyed. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog in the filthy air.
What bloody man is that? He can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt, the new state. This is the sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil, as thou didst leave it.
Down for Lidstone, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their heart. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be honourable, for did that the multiplying abilities of nature do swarm upon him. From the western islands of Cairns and Gallo classes, he supplied in fortune on his damned coral smiling, showed like a double sword. But all's too weak for brave Macbeth. Well, he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune, with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution, like Valor's minion carved out his passage, till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chops, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin! Worthy gentleman!
As winds the sun gins his reflection, shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break, so from that spring whence comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark! No sooner justice had, with valor armed, compelled these skipping guards that thrust their heels, but the Norwegian lords, surveying advantage with various arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this, our captains Macbeth and Banquo!
As spare those eagles, or the hare, the lion. If I say truth, I must report they were as cannons overcharged, with double cracks, so they doubly did double strokes upon the foe, except they been so bathed in the reeking wounds, or to remember the eyes in the Gorgatha. I cannot tell, but I am faint. My gases cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go get some services. Who comes here? The worthy Thane of Ross.
What a haste looks through his eyes. So should he look that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king. Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that Bellona's bridegroom lapped in proof, confronted with self-comparisons point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness!
That Nashwano, the Nordway's king, craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men, till he dispersed at St. Coleman's Inch $10,000 to our general use.
No more shall that Thane of Cawdor deceive our bosom interests. Go pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou? A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I. Aren't thee, witch? The Rumfred Runnion cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master o'er the tide. But in a sea where thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a win.
Thou'rt kind, and I another. I have all the other, and the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know. In the shipman's cart I'll dream him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night or day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man for real. Weary 7 nights, 9 times 9, shall he dwindle the beak and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb. That as homeward did he come. Ajal, Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters hand in hand, posters over the sea and land, thus to go about, rice to thine, and rice to mine, and rice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up. So far a very day I have not seen.
How far it is called the forest?
What are these? So withered and so wild and they're tired, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet I don't. Leave you or you off that man my question. You seem to understand me. By each at once her choppy finger lying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beard forbid me to interpret that you are so. Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glams.
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
Ah,
But sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems rapt with all. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time, and say which grain will grow, and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your neighbors nor your hate.
Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo. Banquo and Macbeth, speakers tell me more. My sinner's dead, I know I am Thane of Crabs. But our God, Thane of Connor lives a prosperous gentleman. And to be king stands out in the prospect of belief. No more than to be God. Say for which you owe this strange intelligence, or my upon this blasted ink you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak! I dare you!
The earth has bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Where there are they
into the air, and what seemed guarded from melted as bled into the wind. What they had stayed.
worth such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten only insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And learn of God or you did not know.
Words.
Who's here?
The king hath happily received Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend, which should be thine or his. Silenced with that, in viewing o'er the rest o'er the self-same day, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks, nothing of fear of what thyself didst make, strange images of death. As thick as tale came post with post, and every one did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defence, and poured them down before him. We are sent to give thee from our moral master thanks, only to herald thee into his height, not pay thee. And for the earnest of a greater honour, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak through? The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who as the Thane lives yet, but under heavy burden bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did align the rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both he laboured in his country's wrack, I know not, but treason's capital confessed and proved have overthrown him.
Damns! And Thane of Cawdor, the great is behind. Thanks for your advice. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, with those that the Thane of Cawdor to be promised no less to them?
That trusted home might yet enkindle you unto the crown. Besides, the Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest rivals, to betrays and deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
To through the dark doors, as happy products to the swelling act of the imperial beam. I thank you, gentlemen. The supernatural soliciting cannot be you. Cannot be good. You feel? Why haven't it given me hardest of success? Commencing at the truth. I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image shall not fix my hair? And make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature. Present fears are less than audible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is one fantastical, shakes out my single state of man, that function is smothered in sunrise, and nothing is, what is not.
The Carter partners laughed.
If Chance will have me king, why? Chance may crown me without my stairs.
New honours come upon him, like our strange garments cleave not to their mould, nor the aid of use.
Go what come may, die when the hour runs through your office.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure. Give me your favour. My dull brain was wrong.
Where things were going. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered with every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think about one hard chance, and more time the interim having waited. Let us be our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friends!
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet to their time?
My liege, they are not yet come back, but I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his death to throw away the dearest thing he owed as 'twere a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now is heavy on me. Thou art so far before the swiftest wing of the recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hast less deserved, let the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more is thy due, than all can pay.
There's everything in loyalty and I owe. In doing it pays itself. Your highness wants us to receive our duties. And our duties are to the earth, throne, and thy children and servants, which do but one nation by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor it must be known, no less to have done. So, let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart. Lord of Banquo, the harvest is your own! My plenteous joys, wanted in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest. No, we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all the deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor, which is unused for you. I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
Reverence have command. That is a step on which I must fall down. Or else or leap, for in my way lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. I damn, let that be which the eye fears, when 'tis done to see.
True, worthy Banquo, he is full, so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
catch me in the day of success. And I have learned from the perfect report there is more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned the desire to question them further, they made themselves there, and to which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me, Bane of Corridor. By which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with Hail, King I shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, and thou mightest not lose the news of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness has promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Clams thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. When thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily, wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'dst have great clams, that which cries, thus thou must do, if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishes it be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear and chastise with the matter of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned with all. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him? Who, were it so, would have informed
So
with
please you,
revelation?
it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is horse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of tiniest cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and did. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell. Then my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold! Great glams! Worthy Cawdor, greater than both, by the all hail hereafter. The letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
Duncan goes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he already says.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters to beguile the time, look like the time, bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower would be the serpent unturned. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and master time.
You will speak further.
Only look up clear, to alter favor ever is the fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat, the air nimbly and sweetly that commends itself unto our gentle senses.
For the guest of Thumber, the temple haunting martlet, does approve by his loved mansion 3, that the heaven's breath smells woundly here, no jetty, frieze, buttress, nor coign of vantage, but this bird hath made his pendant bed in procreant claver, where they most breed in all. I have observed the air is delicate.
See, our honored hostess. Love that fathers us sometimes our trouble, which still we thank as love. Here then, I teach you how you shall bid God yield us for your pains, and thank us for your trouble.
All our service in every point twice done, and then done double. We're poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old, and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We crushed them at the heels, and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he lied well, and his great love, short message spurred that Oathbim did his own before us. Fair the noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs, themselves, and what is theirs? In compt, to make their audit at your highness' pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces toward him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done, when it is done, then 'twere done quickly. If the assassination could clap another consequence and catch with his Cersei's success, then but this blow might be the PR and the end all. Here, but here, upon this banking shoal of time, will jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment. Here, that we but teach bloody instructions which, being taught, the return of Lady Inventor. This even had to just commence the ingredient of a poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double thrust. First, as I am his kinsman, and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against his murder will shut the door, not bear the night myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking oath, and pity like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim horsed, upon the sightless courtiers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, the tears shall drown the wind. I am no spurt apprentice of my intent, but only vaulting ambition which all leaps itself and falls on the other. Now, what news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Has he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
We are foreseeing no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people which would be watered down their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou with fear to be the same in thine own act and valour as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage?
Pretty peace! I dare do I that may become a man who dares to mourn his young?
What piece was good that made you take this enterprise to me?
When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man.
Nor time, nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now doesn't make you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail,
We fail? But screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I, with wine and wassail, so convince that memory, the warder of the plain, shall be a fume in the seas of reason a limbeck only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lies as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quest?
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will they not be received when we have marked that the blood knows sleepy too of his own chamber, and use their very daggers as they have done it?
Who dares receive another, as we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death?